as Wilco makes a run ahead of him. Bergkamp suddenly changed pace through the centre. It's Bergkamp! That's magnificent! The move, and then this, which left Dabby's ass totally stranded.
Hello and welcome to Bergkamp Wonderland, prediction number 24. Oh dear. Who's number 24 in the Arsenal world of shirts? Do you know who number 24 is? Is there anything?
Is it Reece Nelson?
There you go. You can be Reece Nelson for the sake of this podcast. I mean, I should go and look it up.
I'll take that. I've been called worse.
Indeedy. Look at this picture of Mr. Fife eating a sausage roll. I mean, if that doesn't get you off to a good start for your day, then I don't know what will. With me tonight is Richard, Mr. Cactus Cash, one of ABW's finest when he isn't snowed under with work, children, pets, or books, because that shelf behind him could fall down at any point. It's that he just likes to live a life on the edge. It's extremely wobbly. Are you looking forward to making some predictions that people will judge you mercilessly for at the end of the season?
I've never been more excited to do so.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I've missed out on one of the 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I haven't. No, just keeping an eye on how many people are watching on the Twitter. If you are on Twitter, give us a little wave. Maybe click retweet or click the heart or something like that. There's 10 people now watching on Twitter. I don't really have much other way to interact with you poor people. I'll give you a little wave, and Richard might give you a wave as well. But that will be an extra £3.50 because they're not. Oh, there you go. There's 13 people there. That is the highest number of people that have been watching all day, and they're only here to see you and your imminent death from that bookshelf. Right?
Yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready to catch it.
Why are you up this late at night, young man? Shouldn't you be asleep?
Oh no, I'm so excited to do the predictions with you, Danny. Why would I sleep, man? Why would I sleep?
Oh dear, yeah, that's very true. Jim Eves and Phil Macker, they've been with us the entire time. They're not bored yet, which is lovely. Very, very generous of you, gentlemen. Right, as everybody knows, Rich, and everybody knows ABW, I won't spend 20 minutes asking you what sort of nonsense you got coming up at the podcast, because quite frankly, even I don't care. So why should you care? Let's go straight to the predictions, so you can go and get your gym jams on and get into bed. Right, it is this one here. So, I've done the wrong one. I need to put you down the bottom there. On my prediction sheet, we have got. I don't know why I put those two there. They're not here yet. They are not officially here. So good job. There's nothing incriminating on any of this lot. There we go. We have actually got some people. They're Americans, and they have a podcast called Red Half of Sheffield. They're Sheffield United fans. They're coming on at 11 o'clock. Yeehaw! Why an American would choose to support Sheffield United? Maybe they're sadists. We'll find out at 11 p.m.
I bet they're going to be happy about Austin Trusty.
Good point. I'll bring that up. Thank you very much. Do you want to do it instead of me? Because I wouldn't have thought of doing that.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Amateur. Right. What are you going to pick for the Premier League champions, young man?
Unfortunately, I can see no further than Man City. Unfortunately,
Yes.
Abu, yeah, let's say
Abu
too well oiled, too good a machine. Unfortunately, at this moment to be stopped.
Can't really argue with that. So, who have you got? Where have you got Arsenal coming?
So I've got Arsenal third.
Oh, you absolute scumbag!
I know. Yeah, I'll get me coat. Well, I think that teams are going to be, we're not going to get that amazing start where we took everybody by surprise and blitz the league again. I do think it's going to be, especially at the start, might be a little bit more of a struggle as we work to get Havertz, Rice, Timber, acclimated to the league, to our team and our systems and stuff like that. I think other teams we're going to have a massive target on our back from other teams, I think, which will make things a little bit harder. And I think also, juggling that Champions League as well, our first time back in the Champions League for a while, whereas you could maybe rotate a little bit more for the Europa League and didn't really care about the Champions League matters. So it's going to be, unfortunately, I think it's going to be quite strong for them. But I mean, like, the only thing that I would say about that though is I was thinking about it and I was struggling to think who would come second, which kind of throws a little bit of a spanner into my thought process, because although I think Liverpool are going to be, I think they're going to improve and be better than they were last year. I think they're going to get as bad a start as they did. I think Man United are, although still batshit mental, are better than they were last year. They're not going to have that horrid start with the crap manager. And maybe Chelsea might come back into it a little bit more under Pochettino. But I don't know who's going to. I'm not quite sure. I just have a feeling that we're going to struggle a little bit more than we did. So, which means equates to third. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
It certainly does. I think you're hopefully completely wrong. Who have you got coming second then?
I don't know. I think possibly. There's a bit of me that thinks Liverpool. I know they were super crap last year, but they're still a really, really strong side. They're updating their midfield loads, like I say, McAllister and the guy with loads of syllables and thing that I can't pronounce his name. You got a second season of Darwin Núñez. They've seemingly look like they're starting to sort out the conundrum with Trent Alexander-Arnold. And whereas, like I said, they don't have Champions League, I think possibly Liverpool are going to come second.
Liverpool.
Yeah. My brother will be happy. He's a Liverpool fan. So. Yeah.
Yes. Well, no, I don't agree with that. We've got another person watching. Can't we go now? We've got Paul Nell, Phil Macker are still there, and Jim Eves. Hopefully they're still there. Yeah, no, I think Liverpool are going to struggle this season, and we are definitely either going to finish first or second. But so far, no one at all has put either Arsenal or Man City in first place. So that's 26. So you're number 24. Yeah, I was right. And everyone said first or second. First is going to be Man City or Arsenal. So top goal scorer for Arsenal all competitions. What deluded madness are you going to say for this one?
Well, Marquinhos is looking Bukayo Saka for me. I think again, like I said, he's had somewhat of a summer off for his stage. I know he played a little bit with England, but I just see that boy going from strength to strength. He's such an important outlet for us, and I think if Gabriel Jesus might get up there, and I'm hoping that Martin Odegaard can replicate what he did last season with the amount of goals. And I think maybe Martinelli, depending on workload share between him and Trossard, I think might run Bukayo close. But I think Saka is going to play pretty much every minute of every game. And like I said, the guy just seems to get better and better and improve every single time he's on the pitch. He's so integral. Everything goes through him. And yeah, I see him being our top goal scorer.
So Saka.
Yeah.
Mr. Saka. The funny one, where Spurs going to finish? This is always interesting.
I went on my prediction. I went sixth.
Sixth?
Yeah, sixth.
That's the highest anyone's given them.
Is it really? Shall I put them lower? Have I been on the sauce? Yeah, no. There is only Pepsi in this drink. I'm fairly certain.
I don't think there is.
Well, I'm just trying to think of, like I say, but to be fair, it all depends on kind of what they do, because I said they've not really massively made moves. What they've bought Madison, they've brought a new goalkeeper, and I could no idea what his name is, and all depending on what they do with Kane and with this thing with Bayern Munich and stuff like that. I there's a bit of me that thinks he'll stay anyway, just to see out his contract, and then he can try to get the league record a little bit closer to the league record, and then he can free to go wherever the fuck he wants to. Excuse my language. But yeah, just trying to think like who would finish the bottom. And I from what I've heard, from like various pundits and articles and stuff like that, that Ange, is it Postecoglou? I can't pronounce his name. Plays decent football. He's a decent coach. He's a good coach. He might actually do something for him, which I really hope he doesn't. Like I said, hopefully they finish 10th or even better, get relegated. But yeah, no, I said my initial gut reaction for them was 6th.
The goalkeeper they bought was a 26-year-old Italian from, I just looked up, Empoli, who finished 14th in Serie A last season, and they are awful. They got Fraser Foster there, who's 135, and then they got 2 Spurs youth product players that are 24, and I don't think either of them have played a Premier League game for them yet. So they are hopefully doomed. FA Cup winner, you've got to be given as one of the cups, haven't you?
I've got Arsenal to win that.
Very good.
I did have Aston Villa written down, and then I quickly scratched that off and put our name on the trophy. We are the greatest club in FA Cup history. It's our trophy. We're going to win it.
Yes, Paul's putting the Spurs down for 8th. League Cup. Now, do you care about this, or are you going to go for a City domestic cup double?
Well, I had Man City down for that, because they're the only team that kind of take it seriously enough and have the squad depth that most other clubs with the League Cup, they play their little uns, and they're C's teams most of the time, unless you're Man United and you get like the luckiest draw of fucking League One teams at home every bloody round.
Yeah.
That's why I think that's one of the reasons why Man City seem to win it so often, is because their B and C side are so much stronger than everyone else's. I don't think Mikel will care too much about the League Cup, so I've got so I did put Man City down for it.
Yeah, good. Just sending a little message to Mr. Fife. Have you seen any of the prediction shows yet? Have you thought anybody was knee deep in cat crack, or you haven't listened to any?
I haven't listened to any. I did listen to one of them. I can't. Was it the lion, the dude?
Oh, Chris.
Yes, you were doing a you was doing a lovely presentation for him, a lovely introduction for him, and he's in there frozen.
Well, you won't hear that if you've got the podcast version, because I edited that out. I've edited it out for a few things to sharpen it up a bit. But Josh said, is there a link? Because all these are on our website. They're all on a playlist called 23-24 Predictions. And Josh said, is there a prediction? I said, why? So I want to go and see what other people have said. Hey, someone's taking this a little bit too seriously. Yeah. So League Cup winner, you are going for Manchester of the City. Now then, this is the test of how much you've lost your marbles. Champions League winner. We've had one for PSG. We've had most just going Real Madrid or Man City. And there's only been 4 for Arsenal and 2 for Bayern München. What have you got?
I have got IFK Gutenberg. No, I've got Real Madrid. I got Real Madrid. I think they, seemingly strengthened enough, and their league is, they don't have to try too hard in the league kind of thing. So they always save stuff for the for European trophies kind of thing. So yeah, so I've gone Real Madrid. Bellingham to be a ginormous success over there.
He is. He's something else, that boy. I'd love to have seen him at the Arsenal. Imagine a midfield of him at the base of it. And for the amount of money we paid for Rice, we could have probably got him. but he had loftier ambitions, didn't he?
Sadly. What a top
goal,
player he is.
He is a machine. Top goal scorer from the Premier League, but including all competitions. We've had 99% Haaland. We've got a Saka, a Rashford, an Ødegaard, a Martinelli, and an Nkunku. What are you going to go for?
Well, speaking of, let's say, the machines, there was only one machine I can see doing it, and that is, unfortunately, Haaland Jr. Let's say, unfortunately, Man City are still a phenomenal side. You know, a team that won the treble last year in second gear, and that guy's just going to get a hatful of chances, and he's phenomenally good as well. So, all is a massive recipe for him being top goal scorer.
And doesn't it make you sick?
Yep.
Bastards. So championship winner. I don't know if you have a BDI on the championship. What do you reckon?
I've plumbed for Middlesbrough.
They're making a late run for it. Everybody said that at first. I think there's 3 in the first 13, 14 said it, but it is by far the most picked. I'm just going to have a little check of this while you're telling me why.
Well, they've done progressively well each in the last couple of seasons. They've got better and better. They just missed out via the playoffs last season. I think Carrick seems to know what he's doing. But haven't they got your favourite player, Chupa Chupa Akpom, up front?
Yes, his name has never been mentioned more in a series of podcasts than he has been in the last few days. Yeah, he's still there.
He's still there. So yeah. So for him alone, where did it? Was it? What Greek team did he go for? Was it? Didn't he a Greek team and won the league and became an invincible over there? Or am I completely imagining?
I think he may have been an invincible and a double winner. I'm just looking here for the most number of goals scored by someone. Obviously, it's not bloody there because that'd be too easy. But Middlesbrough there, Chupa Chupa. I think they spelt his name wrong. And then he came back on loan. PAOK.
That's it, Salonika.
Yes, they came on Middlesbrough, and then Middlesbrough loaned him back. That's a very strange situation. So he was there, and then he was there for 2 and a bit seasons, and then the beginning of his 3rd season, they sold him to Middlesbrough, 5 in 38, 1 in 0. They loaned him back, and I think that's when he did the invincible, and then he come back to Middlesbrough and got 28 in 40 last season. So that's not bad, is it?
Yeah. So yeah, that's why
invincible was 2018-19. I got that completely wrong. Yeah. So goal machine.
Yeah, he'll be after Haaland's crown soon.
Yeah, hopefully. You were right. So Middlesbrough and first Premier League manager to get the elbow. What you got?
To get the old Spanish archer.
That's the one.
So it's sacked. It's not resigned, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I had Marco Silva to resign from Fulham.
And off to Saudi.
Yeah. So I haven't made up my mind on this one because I've got 2 in mind. I've got everybody's favourite Scottish psychopath, David Moyes, and Lopetegui at Wolves. I mean, if Watford were in the Premier League, I would have just gone for whatever manager Watford
somebody else
happened to have on their team. I did that, yeah.
For the first 3.
Yeah. See, I want to say Moyes, just because I kind of want it to all go tits up for West Ham. But yeah, I just got a bad feeling about Lopetegui and what's going on at Wolves, and they've lost Neves. They're losing? Are they losing what's his face as well? Who's the guy who David Luiz broke his skull? Jimenez. Jimenez.
He's gone to Fulham, hasn't he?
Fulham, hasn't he? That's what I mean. Yeah. So they've lost him as well. Yeah, I think I'm putting me down for Lopetegui.
I'm just looking. They've lost Ruben Neves to Al Hilal. Diego Costa has gone on the free. João Montino's also gone. Damar Traore's gone on the free. Connor Cody to Leicester. Nathan Collins, never heard of him, but Brentford bought him for 23 million. Who else? Raul Jimenez has gone to Fulham for 5. Jesus, that team has been absolutely stripped bare. And what have they bought in? They bought in somebody from Atletico Madrid for 44 million, Mateus Kahuna, and Boubacar Traore from Metz, and that's about it.
Yeah, I'm not liking the look of that. Yeah, I'm thinking Lopetegui out.
And they've also got Arsenal legend Matt Doherty. After selling him to Spurs loaning him to Atletico Madrid, who he played 2 games for. They've now got him back on a free transfer less than 3 years after they sold him to Spurs for 13 million quid. Spursy.
He was a goon. He was a true gooner all along. He went there and sabotaged the place up.
He can undelete those tweets now where he was slagging off Spurs.
Yeah, he didn't actually delete. He just hid them. He could just unhide them and they can come live again.
You knew it wouldn't last there. So did you say you're going for Lopetegui?
Yeah.
Right, there you go. That's all your predictions done. 21 minutes and 23 seconds. What have you got planned for the podcasting world? Have you got any new podcasts you're going to be doing or plans or?
I have got absolutely sweet Fanny Adams.
Cool.
Yeah. I did have an idea ages ago. Me and my mate we were gonna review old seasons for you, but have they already done it? Yeah, it's just
Melvin Marks does that over and over and over again.
Oh, do they? Yeah. But it just, mate, I just don't know how people find the time.
You'll get bugger all views and no one will give a shit because people do not care about history, sadly. And as much as it is really interesting, the one that me and Chris and Goonaholic did for the I think it was the Invincible season or it was the O2 season, I can't remember. Spent many hours doing that, cutting and pasting audio, editing, writing it all out. No one really cared. You might as well just sat there and streamed yourself having a poo. That'd have got more views.
Probably got more views and more hits and views. Yeah, there was either that or there was my a friend of mine who he's on Twitter, No Laguna. He's he did the old
yes, he wrote
it's up for grabs now t-shirt that Kevin Campbell wore and stuff like that. Me and him were going to try and do something, but just trying to find the time. I can't. I said I'm not even on your show enough because I just can't make myself available.
It's our show.
It's fair enough. I think it's very kind of you, but yeah, I'm not even on our show enough really because it's finding time to do stuff is just it's so hard. How you guys dedicate so much time to it. Bless you guys.
Have a life. You're like birthday sex, any more than once a year, and it's pointless. So. Right.
I'll take that.
We're going to go now. Thank you very much for that. All I need you to do now, it's a new thing I've decided doing for the last couple of shows, is say goodbye to the boys and girls, the mums and dads, the cats and dogs. Give them a little wave and a cheeky grin, and then I'll close the show.
Don't need to say anything?
Try it. See how you get on.
I'll just say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Adios. Auf Wiedersehen.
As soon as I scored that goal, I was fucking livid. Get down, dog. Splendid business.
He nearly caught the bloody thing. What are you talking about?
So I've just eaten a full quiche. Well, you don't often see them at it. So when you see them in the supermarket, they need to be swagged, microwaved immediately and get the brown sauce on and bosh, Bob's your uncle.
Never in doubt.